Welcome to this timeless pick a card on the nature of your connection. So this doesn't have to be a romantic connection, although I do sense that that will be mostly what we're looking at today. This can be any person or soul that has come into your life that's bringing something up for you, or that you want to just kind of explore what it is that has brought you guys together. So go ahead and drop into your heart and really connect to that person. Sense them right in the high heart, breathing into it. And there's 3 piles in front of you. Pile 1 to the left, pile 2 in the center, pile 3 over on the right. And just notice which pile seems to be really drawing you towards it. Once you know, go ahead and check down in the video description for the timestamps, and I will see you in your reading. Hey Pile 1, welcome to your reading. So before I go in, I do want to just remind you that these are general readings. Take the parts that resonate and make peace with the rest. This is going to be a blend of my intuition and yours. All right, now let's go ahead and get started. So the theme of this connection is the Ace of Pentacles. So I really feel like this connection, 1, started a new chapter in your life, but 2, really invited you to come back to earth, to get very grounded. You might have been avoiding some of your wounds, or kind of running from life, running from fully showing up to it. And there's something about this connection with this person that's really catalyzed you to take life more seriously, to take where you're at in life to heart. I see that this connection, or I'm really feeling that this connection sparked a lot of growth, sparked this opportunity for you to step into your power, step onto your own path. I'm hearing, at one point you were just following in somebody else's footsteps, and really anybody else's footsteps, rather than make some choices that were right for you. And I'm not getting the impression that maybe you aren't somebody who can think for yourself. Not at all. But it's just kind of like you were running the program, and you were running it not realizing that there was an alternative. So this activation, or this dynamic, really activated you into realizing that there was more available. And how beautiful. Now I'm picking up that becoming aware that there was more available, there was more that meets the eye, didn't come with ease. There was very much an awakening. This was a wake-up call. Okay, so the next 3 cards are going to be the past, the present, and the future. So in the past, we have the Goblin, which is the wounded human ego. So this person is definitely very triggering for you. They bring up all your stuff. And I'm picking up that it's not necessarily intentional, and they don't even know. But Spirit does also want you to know that they indeed are also being triggered by you. This is a mutual agreement to catalyze one another into higher levels of awareness and consciousness. But this connection has really invited you to do some very deep healing. And I think before you interacted, I just heard interfaced with this person, you didn't even really know that there were wounds, or you didn't really know that what I'm basically hearing is so much that you're now aware of, you had no idea existed. And that's just not the metaphysical. That's not just angels and angel numbers and the universe and law of attraction and those and some of the esoteric teachings that I think you've stumbled into. But really, there was a lot that you were unaware about yourself. The imprint that certain situations and connections from childhood had on you now. This person, like, I very much pick up that you've been attracting the same person into your life for your entire life, but there was some sort of agreement your soul made with this individual where it was like the buck stops here. You're now awakened to your pattern, to your tendencies, and even the parts of you that are running, quite frankly, toxic traits and behaviors. Okay, so where are you in the current moment? And this is a great energy. The bee, luck, industriousness, and sweet victory. And the bee is also a symbol of the divine feminine. So I very much feel like your journey catalyzed you into exploring the divine feminine and what that actually means. right? And it's taken you on quite the journey. And I'm actually picking up that you've been doing it for, well, it's interesting. I was about to say quite some time, but I think it's going to be a split pile. Some of you, it's going to be for quite some time, and others, it's like you met this person last month and now here you are. So you are very much learning about the divine feminine. You're also learning about how you attract what you put out into the world. And the individual that you connected with is very much a mirror. I don't pick up twins. I know that that's kind of what you're thinking. That's not what I'm picking up here. We have many individuals that mirror, that reflect for us. Pretty much everybody reflects something to us, okay? If we needed or wanted to label this connection, I'm very much feeling karmic. Now, karmic doesn't necessarily mean bad, because again, everybody is karmic to us. But if you're looking for and you're kind of giving this person a pass because they're your quote unquote twin, Spirit is saying that you can let that go now. And really, I'm feeling be grateful for the lesson, be grateful for what they shared with you. But there is this, I'm hearing it's time to buzz to the next flower. It's time to pollinate the next thing for you. The next relationship is actually what I'm hearing right now. Okay. And in the future, what does this connection really hold for you? And we have the High Priestess, discernment, prescience, prophecy, and vision. The sky is the limit for your future. You might be feeling like, what is the future? I don't know. And that's okay. You don't have to. But with working with the High Priestess energy, which is again another archetype within the divine feminine, you're really starting to dream this next chapter of your life into being, which is why the bee is saying move on to the next flower, rather than tying yourself to this trigger or to this person or to this connection. Open up to what else is possible. Use your third eye, which has been opened through this connection, to see what's possible, to connect to possible timelines, to possible and potential opportunities. And then again, it's like the bee is going to help you move and pollinate and nourish these opportunities, these chapters for you, so that they can really manifest and you can lovingly and wholly step into them. Okay, so that is what I have for you, pile 1. Again, general reading. Take the parts that resonate, make peace with the rest. If you would like a personal reading, check down in the video description. I do offer them. I tend to do them on Wednesdays, so pretty fast turnaround. But yeah, I hope that this was helpful. I hope it resonates and is supportive of your path. And I will see you next time. Bye. Hey, pile 2, welcome to your reading. So before I get started, I do just want to make a statement that these are general readings. Take what resonates, make peace with the rest, and blend your intuition with mine for something that's a little bit more personal. If you do want me to do a personal reading for you, I have the link down in the video description. But let's journey into your reading. So what is the nature of this connection? We have the 9 of Cups, which is wish fulfillment. Now, I actually read this as true wish fulfillment. This person is the answer to your prayers. And I do know that some readers read this card as be careful what you wish for. And even though I don't typically hear that with this card, I'm hearing this today. So I do feel like the person that you've manifested into your life, or this connection, is definitely what you asked for. And for many of you, you've been with this person for quite some time. And at one point in time, they ticked all the boxes. But you've grown and you've evolved. And it's interesting because I was going to say, and they haven't, but they actually have. It's like they've grown and evolved in the opposite direction. So what once was aligned isn't any longer. And what Spirit is really inviting you to do right now is to accept that. It doesn't mean the ending of the connection. It doesn't mean that anything really needs to happen necessarily, but there is this kind of acceptance of we've grown apart or we've grown in different directions. That can happen. And then what's really interesting is I say that and I'm seeing like two people walking apart and then kind of like orbiting and finding their way back to center with one another. So that's a really complicated energy is what I'm picking up on. It's very heartbreaking. I feel that in my heart for you, pile 2. But there's no end stamp or there's no expiration date on this connection that I'm picking up, at least not in the here and now. But it's like you've wished for something within this connection and it actually is happening. Whether you wished for your person to develop a certain trait or to do some healing, and it's like they did that healing and you got a little bit more than you bargained for. You thought they would be healing in a certain way, and actually their soul's path has led them in a different direction. Okay, so Spirit is saying it's like, yes, your prayers have been answered, but not quite in the way that you had anticipated or hoped. And I thought there was more coming in, but that's all there is. So let's look at the past of this connection. We have the Fire Fairy, creative action and optimism. I see like this person, again, ticked all the boxes. There was a lot of passion. There was a lot of steam. There was a lot of sex in this connection. And then it's almost like over time, it started to fizzle. In the beginning, there was a lot of creativity happening between the two of you. There was a lot of back and forth. There was a lot of building of a life together. I do very much pick up that you have children with this individual. And the future was really hopeful. And again, like it's almost like I'm sensing that you've been together for quite some time. Because it was like, how did we get to where we are from where we were when we first met? But Spirit is saying like there's been quite a period of time since you first met and since the viewing of this video. So where are you in the current moment in this connection? We have the Cow, nourishment, abundance, asking and receiving. So again, it's that energy of you asked for it and you've got it. I feel like there's a little bit of a pause in this relationship or this dynamic right now where maybe you guys really have come into no contact or you're in separation. And what's really beautiful is that you're both taking time to really fill up your own cup, to do that reflection and to consider what is it that makes you feel served, supported, provided for, and able to provide in a relationship. There's some very deep thinking happening with this Cow energy. And now I think it's going to be a little bit of a mixed message for those who were drawn to this pile. Some of you absolutely will realize, yeah, I can make it work with this person. And others are going to be like, yeah, no, like, and I'm hearing, I've been trying to make this work. We've been doing the couples counseling. You know, we have tried to make, you know, maybe this is a business partnership. No, Spirit was like, no, this is romantic. Okay. But you have been trying to make it work. And what Spirit really wants to reinforce to you is that you've both been trying to make it work. But it's like sometimes you're trying and it's falling on deaf ears. And then sometimes they're trying and it's falling on deaf ears. You're never both trying at the same exact time, which is part of the problem and part of the struggle. Okay, if you really feel like your person isn't trying at all or you're not seeing any growth or any healing, then I will tell you that this is not your pile, because I very much feel like this person is making the effort, very clearly making the effort, and you do know that, but it's like they're making the effort, she is making the effort, they are making the effort in all the wrong ways. But you know what? Here's the thing, my love, and I know this can be a hard pill to swallow. They're making the effort in the way that feels right for their soul right now. Okay? Now, what's possible in the future? And I really love this. I think that this is very honest. It's truth. There's going to be a moment in time where you guys get very real and raw with one another and very clear. There's going to be a meeting of the minds and an opening of the hearts. And I see that whatever decision you come to, it will be mutual. And there's a lot of respect. And there's long-lasting love between the two of you. So whether you decide we're going to work through this and we're going to make it happen, and you're going to both be very honest about what that's going to take. But if you guys come together and have a conversation, and it's you're both going to be at peace if you choose to just acknowledge that maybe this isn't right anymore. All right, so what I really love about this reading is we would think that this is a very dense, tough love message. The energy is not that. I feel like I probably haven't shared with you anything that you don't already know. This is affirmation for you to trust your intuition, to trust your heart, and also to trust the love that is present in this connection. Because whether you end up together or not, the love doesn't dissipate or disappear. You both have left a stamp on the other, which is why I feel like you've been together for quite some time. And the love will always flow. It might just not be as it once did. All right, pile 2, thank you so much for being here. Do let me know how it resonates, either with a thumbs up or a comment if that's how you feel called. It's a beautiful way to support me and the work that I'm doing here on YouTube, and I do very deeply appreciate that. If you would like a little bit more support, guidance, a reading, check down in the video description for a personal reading. It would be my honor. But until next time, bye. Hello, pile 3, and welcome to your reading. Let's get right on into it. So what is the nature of this connection? King of Swords. This dynamic has really entered into your life to help you think through things, to take a little bit more of a logical or rational approach. You're very heart-centered, and that's beautiful. You're highly intuitive, empathic, very, you would definitely fall under the category of highly sensitive, mystic, all the things, right? You're a light worker. That's why you're here. But this person that you are inquiring about has really helped you to, how do I want to say it? So be less in the heart and really balance it with the logical, the rational, the methodical. And this is a really powerful gift that they've given, because blending your head and your heart is one of the hardest parts of the path, and also the one that is going to reap you the most rewards in connections, as well as within your business, within your career, with your family, with your friends. And I'm also hearing even like within travel. I don't know, but that is the dynamic here, is that this person might be, in your opinion, too in their head and never in their heart. Well, with this mirror and the way it works, you're always in the heart. You're too emotional. You're too impulsive in their eyes. And it's not spirit coming in and saying you're way too in your heart and now you need to be in your head. It's actually the opposite. It's like you're good in your heart, but we do have this other brain that, there is this other brain that we need to think with, and we need to and that we can use. Blend it with your natural gift, blend it with your superpower, and make magic happen. What's really interesting is that even though this connection is, I think this is kind of a romantic type thing, I don't feel like that's all it is. There's a mentorship type energy here. So maybe it's someone who's a mentor, or perhaps you are a mentor to them. They might be a client who, it's like, if you're a mystic and intuitive and you're trying to help people get into the heart, this person is so in their head. And they're teaching you something just like you are teaching them. And what Spirit really wants you to know is that you might be here inquiring about a romantic connection, but that you really needed to hear that about a client or a coworker or one of your children. Now, what is the history of this connection? Or so what is the past? We have the swan energy, transformation, trusting the psychic gifts. Whew. Yeah, so I'm very much picking up that you are a working healer, mystic, light worker, intuitive, card reader, astrologer, any of those intuitive professions, maybe a psychologist or therapist. And you were asking for more. You opened your heart up and said to Spirit, bring me a connection that I can evolve with, that I can grow with. Bring me my next transformation. And Spirit just said, because you don't know when to quit while you're ahead, right? Things were going really well for you. And you were like, no, take me deeper. I want to ascend. I want more. And then ding, 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 here is this person. And it is a challenge to communicate with them, because here you are talking about how you feel, and they're responding with, well, I think that. And to you, it's like, no, come into the heart. But really, the invitation for you here is to draw your energy up and balance it. Draw your energy up and balance it. Yeah, so it's like weird because it brought me into my throat chakra. So it's like giving you this power to communicate clearly your message. But like when you talk from the heart, and I get this, when you speak from the heart, sometimes people can't follow you because it's so passionate and it's so divine in nature. And this person is bringing it down so that you can start communicating with others here on earth. And girl, dude, maybe, I totally get how you're like, oh, earth, no. But this is a really important part of your transformation that this person has contracted with you to create the container for, or to hold, to be the catalyst for. So where are you in the present moment? And wow, the wind fairy, thoughts, words, intellectual analysis. This person has you thinking things through. So for some of you, I have to tell you, this might be your father. And maybe you didn't show up here for your father, but it's like this person has a very paternal energy. They also might be supporting the father wound healing process. But right now, this person does have you thinking about things, chewing on it, really exploring the details of your vision, of your dream, of your goals. They may have even inspired you to do some writing. And it's like, how do you put your intuition into words? You are claircognizant, likely, where you just know things, or, oh, thank you, or clairsentient, you feel them. And now this person is saying, come, let's, come with me. Let's put it out into the world so others can also understand it and experience that. But this is the wind fairy. Swords is the air element. So this person could also be air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. What Spirit said is, or you might be one of the air signs feeling a little disconnected, or being a little bit disconnected from your true airy nature. Okay, and then finally, how does this end? The Grail Knight, romance, illusion, seeking the sacred. So of all of the piles, I definitely feel like this might be the most so you're showing up to it, you're here for it, but you're definitely aware of the struggle and the challenge. Romance doesn't necessarily feel like the long-term outcome, but this is in the future card. So yeah, maybe you guys have a romantic connection that will blossom and kind of solidify in the future. But this seeking of the sacred is leaping out at me. It's really sharing your devotion and gifts with others. And I am very much hearing in a way that they can understand. And it's not, in the past, you've been so resistant to it because you're like, no, I don't want to dim who I naturally am. But that's not what's being asked of you. You're being called to explore, what Spirit just said is your other gift, which is your gift of bringing others with you, of communicating, of sharing the message, of translating the call. The calls that the call that you're getting right now is not just for you, it's a movement. It's you're bringing people with you. And it's so important for you to share that in the world, put that in the world so that they can come and join you. Woo! All right, pile 3. Digging it. Do let me know how it resonates with either a thumbs up or a comment. It's also a great way to support the channel and help my work reach new people. But it's been a true honor for me to read your cards. If you want a personal reading, check down in the video description, or if you want some one-on-one support with this, do let me know. But until next time, bye.